I think that the people who watch my videos are probably aware of this by now, but it bears repeating that I'm pretty agnostic when it comes to whether or not a particular item should be called a sandwich. Whatever your particular definition of sandwich entails might be interesting to you, but I don't care. For my part, I'm more interested in exploring the many different ways in which bread is used to interact with other foods, as a platform, a hammock, a swaddle, a blotter, an edible handle, or in the case of this Taiwanese street food, as essentially a crispy bread bowl with a lid. This treat developed in the Tainan night market during the post-World War II era, at a time when the U.S. was assisting countries like Taiwan with surplus wheat. The Taiwanese were learning to bake Western-style breads with all of this new wheat flour that was floating around, and American servicemen from the airbase at Tainan were walking around with full pockets looking for tasty things to eat. A food stall proprietor wanted to create something with sliced bread, which he toasted by deep-fat frying it in the time-honored tradition of street foods everywhere. He slid open this fried bread and filled it with a chicken liver-based stew, which eventually gave way to more of a seafood and vegetable chowder. The name he originally gave it is alternately translated as either chicken liver board or chicken liver plank. But after a customer remarked that the shape reminded him of a coffin, a new name was born: Coffin Bread. Now, I made this recently, air frying the bread after brushing it with butter, which I'm sure is tastier but no less unhealthy than deep fat frying it would be. I tried multiple fillings, including this chowder featuring chicken, shrimp, squid, 3 kinds of mushroom with peas, carrots, and sweet corn in a roux thickened cream soup. And as for the question of whether chowder in a crispy lidded bread bowl constitutes a sandwich when you can't even pick it up and eat it with your hands, like I said at the beginning, I'm really not interested in addressing that. What I can tell you is that it's delicious. The bread stays crisp even as the soup soaks into it. The shiitake, oyster, and golden mushrooms lend it a deeply savory character with the familiar aromatics of onion, celery, nutmeg. Despite its macabre name, it's homey and comforting, mild and creamy, yet lush with sweet seafood and tender chicken, a buttery crisp square pot pie. And what's not to like about that?